the man. You got to beat the man. And I'm saying, woo! You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo! Styling and profiling. Woo! Showtime.
Welcome to Defend the Hustle. Buffalo always keeps it a buck.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is gonna agree with me before they agree with you.
Lock in, because Buffalo is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Go ahead and
right here, right now.
You go ahead.
subscribe and share now.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Defend the Hustle. Our special guest tonight is ChaChingKing, better known as Scott. And let me bring in Chris just a second. All right. And I want to apologize. I had a Murphy's moment here. So we're going to go ahead and get into the show. Panel, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll work our way around to our special guest.
Chris, one part of the Glass City Pickers. What's going on this Good Friday, everybody?
David, the middleman picker. How everybody doing tonight? We glad everybody came out.
All right, and for everyone that don't know me, I am Buffalo Picker, part-time reseller, full-time federal employee, also retired military. Tonight, our special guest is the ChaChingKing. I heard about this guy from eBay Addict channel. He did a brilliant interview with him, and he kind of went into detail about his background and how he got into reselling, how he met his wife. So we're going to let Scott go ahead and open up tonight to let us know what he would like the panel and the chat to know about him as far as his reselling life, and also we want to dig into the your experience as becoming a full-time reseller.
So my name is Scott, and go by ChaChingKing on YouTube and Instagram. And I was a school superintendent, and I retired in 2019 with the plan of doing eBay for a living. And so that's what my wife and I do. We started ramping up before that, because I knew when I would be able to retire. And so got to completely reinvent myself. And man, I love the freedom it allows us. So I did have one concern about being on the show tonight. Was that Stephen A. Smith in your intro?
Oh, yeah.
That sounded like, oh, man.
Yeah.
See, you didn't tell me that up front, because I'd had to rethink this whole thing.
Yeah, that was Stephen A., man. Stephen A. and Michael Irvin.
I love Irvin, but man.
Yeah. Hey, same here, man. It was just a take. All right, so let me, before we get into it, I know the panel have a couple questions for you. I'm going to go ahead and give the chat a shout out. I want to shout out New England Cajun Roots reseller for being the first in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to the Lady Hustle. I was supposed to meet the Lady Hustle a couple weeks ago, but I was pressed for time, and she was trying to get to the location, so we didn't do that. But I look forward to trying to link in and have an opportunity to meet at some point. Shout out to Regina Michelle. If you all are not supporting the Hump Day Hangout on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, make sure you go out and support her channel with Derek Fundamentals. See, there's Gulf Coast Picker. What's going on, Gulf Coast? Mel's Flip It's. I met Mel on TikTok, and she's been coming to the show ever since. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Char F. She let me know she received a package today, although it came damaged. USPS, man, it's just getting worse. Shout out to All in One Package. Everybody know that's Miss Buffalo. Let's see who else we got in here. LKL Keys, what's going on, brother? Cheryl, you should have received your package. If you didn't, I can give you a tracking on that. I shipped it out, so hopefully you got it. Marie as well. I can give you an update on your package if you haven't received it. And who else we got? I think that's it. Save here first. What's going on, Ella? I was also went to a liquidation up in Tennessee, and I found Ella 3 mystery boxes, and I got those shipped off to her. She told me she received them. Scooter Renee, thank you for coming out. Let's see what else we got.
Bill
What's going on, Jeff? Man, I just gave you a shout out, man. Thank you for putting that interview together with ChaChingKing. There was a lot of information in there, and great interview as well. So make sure y'all go out and check out Jeff. He got a lot of old interviews. I was on the thing, I think, once or twice. So make sure y'all go out and check his channel and support it. Bill Bixby, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you coming out. All right, so send me the tracking. Okay, yeah, we'll do. I would do that. Matter of fact, if I can during the show, I'll just go to Pirate Ship and pull it up. All right, so let's get into it. ChaChingKing here, and he's definitely not new to reselling. From what I understood, he's been reselling since he was in school. And believe it or not, he went all the way from being a teacher, principal to a superintendent. That's incredible. Most people just be a teacher, and that's it, But for it's going from being a teacher to a principal and then to becoming superintendent, man, that's incredible. So definitely want to give you your flowers while you're here. Let you know, man. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, I thought I was doing something, but yeah, that was great, man. And being able to retire at, I think you said 53.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, I got my eyes on retirement too, but I won't be 53. Yeah. So, yeah, let's get into it. Middleman, we're going to start out with you and then work our way around. And I just have a few questions as well.
One of my questions is, I see you do quite a bit of tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
Are you more comfortable with that being that your background is in teaching?
I didn't really want to do YouTube because I honestly, I just didn't think that I had anything to offer. I feel like there's a lot of really good channels out there, and I tried all of the, like, go to the garage sale with me and the hype stuff, and that's it. And I made a few tutorials because I had people asking me stuff, and I'm better at those. They take a lot more time to edit, but so I guess I'm more comfortable with it, but I think people are more comfortable with me doing that. So
yeah, I've seen that more recent one, the eBay, man. I know we all have people that want to learn how to sell online, especially eBay. And that last tutorial that you gave, that is just that's downright telling everybody exactly what to do, how to do it.
I try to break it down. I taught elementary school as my background. And so I try to break it down into, exactly where you need to click, because most people, what they lack isn't the ability, and it's not that they lack the stuff. It's just the comfort level. And if they knew what to do, I mean, it gets, we can take away the barriers that exist for a lot of people that way.
Okay. You said, I see you sell on what, eBay, Mercari. No,
now you're just lying.
No. What do you sell? What platforms do you sell on?
eBay, Poshmark, and Etsy.
Poshmark. Right. I thought Mercari was one of them. I was looking at one of the videos. I thought it said something about Mercari, but it was so with Poshmark, Etsy, and eBay.
Yes.
So which one do you prefer the most? eBay?
Oh, eBay all day. Okay. eBay all day.
How you feel about Posh?
I mean, here's the thing about when we use List Perfectly, and because we cross post, like for me, it ends up just being free money. Like I like Poshmark. It's the shipping is easy. Shipping is more simple, and you'd never know what's going to sell anywhere. So like I don't share, and I'm not doing any of that fancy stuff. I'm not paying anybody to share my closet. And so I just list it and let it sit. And we make a few $100 a month on Poshmark. It's all.
All right, Middleman, you good?
Yeah, I'm more gonna come up later. I just passed.
Okay, Chris.
Well, I got a 2-part question. My first is, you said you was your background was education.
Mm-hmm.
So where did you get your education in this right here?
Like for eBay?
Yeah.
No, I made an eBay account in '99. And so I have my own lumber mill. And so in the early days of eBay, you could sell lumber and ship it. And so I was just trying to make enough money to support woodworking. And so I did eBay like just as soon as it existed. I thought that this is slicker than butter on a bald monkey. I was like,
Oh, my sorry, man. You just blew me away with that one. That was funny right there. But my second part is, what's all the stuff what kind of things do you sell?
Oh, I'm opportunistic. So I've sold everything from lumber to vintage bras. Like, I don't even care. If I can make a buck on it, like, I'm good with that.
I got you. Oatmeal be no meal. I got you.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I got you.
So do you sell any long tail items?
I do. So, a lot of the stuff I get, I don't focus on a lot of the lower end stuff. I'm aiming high, and it just comes out of laziness. Like, I don't want to work very hard, so I want to list things that make a lot of money. And if it has to sit a year, I'm okay with that. Like, I don't care.
Right. So most of your inventory, does it come from like the norms, thrift stores, yard sales, none of that kind of stuff?
Nope. Somebody just put in the chat, I've been around a long time. That hurts like a fist. I would say probably 90% of my inventory now is from private picks. Like, I tell everybody what I do, and I treat them fair, even if nobody's watching. And a lot of times I've gone back and said, hey, you don't remember me, but I made way more than what I thought I would. And just word of mouth, people call me and ask me if I want to come look before they have a sale.
Right.
And I do.
Yeah, I heard in an interview where you said you made a purchase from one of your private sellers, and you seen the value was extremely high, so you went back and gave him more money. Right. So I mean, yeah, man, that's great. That's great. Mm-hmm. And that's how you build relationships as well.
Exactly.
I'm sure if you getting a lot of hits from private sellers, your network is strong.
Yeah, like 90% now. I go to garage sales and estate sales and stuff like that because I like them, but I don't know that I could make enough money, playing fair. I need to get in those places before you guys. That's the only way I can win.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I try to do. Is network to get the private sales, and if I see something out there that I like, I try to get there before the crowd. Mm-hmm. And I've been very successful at doing that. What about liquidation?
I have done it. I don't do like liquidation.com. I did mention it on another live recently. If you're in the Dallas area, I use a site called Rosen System, and they do bank ordered liquidation auctions.
Right.
And so you're just waiting for the right one. And I'm sure that there is a company similar to that in every major metroplex. And so it's a great place to get a lot of really good inventory at a low price. Cause I also like items that I can list one time and I can sell it for years.
So is it normally things that doesn't move, or is it just they just happen to buy it?
No, it could be a company like I've mentioned it all the time. I sell dust mop pads, and every time it sells, I clear $5. We bought a trailer load for $20.
Right.
The company was I'm drawing a blank on it. It was one of these places that would set up like in a kiosk in a mall, and they would say, hey, I'm going to cut this hammer and then I'll cut a tomato for you. They had all of that kind of stuff, like cheap products. And so I bought the dust mop patch, but I've sold 3,000 orders of them now. At $5, I've cleared every time.
Wow.
And so it's not exciting when it goes off.
Yeah.
Except that like it's been free money for years and years and years now.
Right.
So
That's a super long tail.
super long tail, but they just keep selling.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So eBay Addict put out there that everyone go out and subscribe to ChaChingKing YouTube channel. New England Betty Boot. Shout out to Betty Boot. Thank you for all the support. She have dropped the link into the chat, and I just blew it up. So if you all can take time out to go subscribe to ChaChingKing channel. So let's get into one topic I definitely want to talk to you about, because that is my future plan in the very near future, is to go full time. I'm also retired military and soon to be retired from the federal government. So I strongly would like to get into the full-time reseller game. And, you know, something that you said on Jeff's channel, eBay Addicts, is that, you know, if your sales are not where they need to be, you ain't going to need to go and sell a body organ or whatever to pay your rent, you know. And I feel the same way. If the sales are not there, you know, I'm not going to have to go and, you know, do something crazy to survive. So definitely want to see, you know, what led you into making the decision to go full time with this. I know you said you retired at 53, but before your retirement, what were you doing to plan up to that time to move into the full scale reseller?
Okay. So quick story first, if it's okay, about Jeff.
Take your time, man.
The eBay Addicts. So like he actually contacted me to be on his show way before I had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Right.
And I didn't know that lives existed. I didn't know this was even a thing. I didn't even know at that point that you could respond to a comment that somebody left on your videos. And so Jeff had left several comments. And so now when I'm responding to people and get caught up, I always know that I'm caught up when I get back to Jeff's from like 3 years ago. So Jeff probably thinks I didn't respond to him because I'm rude. It's because I didn't know I could. And when he asked me to be on his show, I went and I watched his other shows, and I was like, holy smokes, there's like people commenting live. And one of his guests was Rachel Strickland. And so I sent her a note. I said, is this guy okay? Is this like a scam or something? It's like, am I going to take over my eBay channel? Like, anyway, Jeff probably doesn't realize, like, he taught me more about YouTube than any of the YouTube gurus, because my channel didn't grow at all until I started talking to people.
Right.
But so I owe him a debt of gratitude. So what happened is in Texas, when you can look down the road and you know when you're going to qualify for retirement. And there was a kid that wanted my job really bad, and he was really good. And he had been training with me for a while. And it's like, well, let's make sure you're ready and make sure that I'm ready. So I work with my wife. And so what we started doing, because we were averaging back then, our goal was to clear $40 a day. Like that seemed like a big, you know, if we could get there, we covered whatever my wife was making part-time. And so the first place we started was the Goodwill bins. And of course you can make $40 a day. They're pretty easy, but it's pretty aggressive, and we're not. So, but we just started listing more, and Melody would list, you know, it started with 2 or 3 every day. And then she started, we found Rosen Systems, that place where we can buy stuff. And we bought a bunch of belts and purses and things like that. And then very quickly we were making $100 a day. And I was like, this is cool. Like, you know, and it was, you still had flexibility of time to help take care of parents and, you know, raise a family and travel a little bit. And So we just started listing more and learning how to do stuff because it wasn't built in, you know, it wasn't built in knowledge because the platform kept changing over the years.
Right. I will shout out while we take a break here. Shout out to Swamp Picker. Appreciate your support. And shout out to Lag. Thank you for coming through. Let's see. So basically, you and your wife is reselling together, is what you're saying?
Well, she's not watching, so I'll tell you, I do 90% of it because she's not in the chat. You know, yes, we work together, but her dad had a stroke a while back, and so some family responsibilities kicked in. But this allowed us to still do that, you know, that we can take care of our parents, and really it didn't hurt our income. Once I retired, I took over the bulk of it, but Melody's probably downstairs listing something right now. So,
right.
Yeah.
So I know you say you sell any and everything. So do you have a favorite? Like it's like some type of toys or, you know, household products?
I love, I still love vintage clothes. We do a lot of vintage clothes, but it's hard to beat like vintage fishing gear because it sells so fast. And if you know, like I probably made several $1,000s off of a tackle box that I found this year, you know, by the time you got the individual lures and stuff. So, man, I like whatever sold next. Like that.
Right. Right.
Are there any other platforms you willing to try, like Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, Walmart? Or do you even Macari? Like I made a mistake. Is even Macari?
So I have tried Facebook Marketplace, and Facebook Marketplace for local pickup doesn't work for me because of where I'm located. We are in the middle of nowhere, and so you have to go like 30 minutes to get to nowhere so that you can get to somewhere. So unless I have something that's very valuable, people won't come out here and pick it up. And as far as the shipping goes, it was just too slow for me. And at some point, it wasn't worth it. So, but I've tried Facebook Marketplace. I've never listed on Macari. I did have a Macari account. I list on Etsy, and I do really well on Etsy because we sell a lot of vintage stuff. And but eBay is still king. But I also do, I do YouTube, and that takes a lot of time. And then I also do the, and I think Jeff does too. I do the Amazon influencer program too. So anybody who has a following, I would recommend. It is the most passive income I have ever come across.
Wow.
What is it?
The Amazon influencer program.
Oh, okay. I think Regina Michelle was talking about
Yeah.
that.
I heard what's his name? Boss podcast. Richie Hustle talking about that today.
Mm-hmm.
He does that. And he does well with that as well.
Right. The Lady Hustle is on it. So
I think some of them probably do more than I do. I approach the Amazon influencer program a lot like I do eBay. I am not interested. You'll never see a video from me about how to do 50 listings in one day because I don't care. I do not want to do 50 $20 listings. I would rather do 5 $200 listings. And so I've been in the Amazon influencer program for a year, and I have barely 350 videos, and we average around $2,000 a month in income. But that's with one video a day, like one 1-minute video on average a day. Like that beats a sharp stick in the eye. I'm telling you right now. Like,
yeah, I got to look into that.
So they what you got to do videos on products? Like you pick a product?
Exactly. So like this right here.
Right. Oh wow.
That is a thermal camera. So once you're in the program, the camera is like $750. But they sent me the camera free, and they paid me $50 to make the video. And then I've sold several, and I get a commission when they watch my video and buy it. And I can sell the camera. It should sell in the $500 range used. Because I listed it used.
So when you make the video, do they give you some type of template to go with it? So you can put in the information about the camera?
No, I usually
just a
write
regular
myself.
YouTube video?
No. Like I don't even put them on YouTube. If you wanted to see what I'm doing, if you just look up ChaChingKing and Amazon, you'll find my storefront there. And but you don't, the beauty of this for the people that are doing it is when you go to Amazon, let's say that you want to buy something on it, you want to buy a thermal camera. And so you go look this thermal camera up and you're like, oh, here's some videos about it.
Okay.
It's on the product page.
Right.
Amazon's already driven the traffic. So
do they control, like, you got to have on certain type of clothes when you're doing the video, or colors?
I wear this a lot.
Okay.
How do they choose which influencer to push that? If they got more than one person advertising that product, how do they push it?
Yeah, see, and Amazon doesn't tell you that. So typically there's like 6 videos. There will be a manufacturer video and then like 5 of the influencer videos. And you don't know if yours is going to be on there or not. And so what Melody and I focus on there is I don't review any products I don't like. Like I said, I've averaged 1 a day for a year. And like a thermal camera, like that's super cool. That was super excited to do that. And it's a good video. I feel like I make a pretty good video. I feel like they're edited pretty well. But we do a lot of things. A lot of the influencers are 25 to 35 years old. And so we focus on, and we're like more than twice that. So like we have focused on what products would people have questions about that maybe other people wouldn't see. So like I said, our parents are older, much older. And so we've done a lot of the geriatric products that, people in our position who haven't used these, but if we're buying them for people that we love, then we need to know, what do I need for them? If I had to go buy adult diapers, I don't have a clue. And so we take them out, we show them, this is what you're going to get, walkers and stuff like that. So that's the kind of stuff that we've done on there. Okay. But the trick to getting in is you've got to have some sort of social media that gets you qualified. It's a 2-step process. The first step, you'll find out in seconds whether or not you qualify. You use one of your social media to apply. And then you've got to create 3 videos that are reviewed. If any of you decide to do that, hit me up on Instagram. I typed up a thing about how to make the first 3 videos. And I don't put it out there publicly because everybody's selling this stuff. And I don't want anybody selling mine. I'm not trying to help the people that can afford to pay for this stuff. I'm trying to help the people that can't. So you're welcome to it. And it's free. Just don't sell it. Just give it to somebody else. And I don't care if I get credit at all. I just don't want anybody paying for it.
Right.
So, but then you make the 3 videos. And once you're on there, you got the keys to the kingdom, and just be honest and tell people what you actually think. Mm-hmm. And like I say, we're averaging close to 2,000 a month. Some months, I think November was my best month, was like almost $2,500. Mm-hmm. And it's not passive because you got to do stuff, but I'm not wrestling the t-shirt kids at the bins. So
shout out to Danny Mays Adventures. Danny Mays, you've been AWOL. We was getting ready to send the MPs out for you. Appreciate you coming through. Let's see. I had another question for you. So the motivation, when you getting up and going, when you was superintendent and you was getting up and going to work for the county or the state, how's that different from you now getting up and going to work for yourself? Do you have the same motivation that you had on the job, or you're more motivated now because you're working for yourself?
That is an absolutely brilliant question. Like, for real, that's a brilliant question. I am just as motivated, but for completely different reasons. Working as a teacher and a superintendent, you have this unique opportunity to reach out to kids that grew up like I did, that are just looking for help and hope. And you got an opportunity to get some kid who doesn't believe and give them a chance at getting it all, like putting them in control of their life, which is really what education is supposed to do, so that you get to decide what happens with you going forward.
Right.
And YouTube gives me some of that. Like I get a chance to, because I mean, man, eBay doesn't care if you're black, white, male, female, young, old. eBay doesn't care. And it's a unique opportunity that, because $1,000 a month is huge and can change people's lives. So YouTube gives me some of it. As far as eBay goes, like it's motivating because you have that thrill of the hunt. That discovery process is so exciting. You get somewhere and you look it up and you're like, oh, bingo.
Yeah.
Right.
Did I answer the question?
Oh yeah, for sure. So, guys, do you all have any questions? Also, in the chat, if you got any questions for our special guest, go ahead and drop it in the chat, and I'll make sure I highlight it.
What's the most unique thing you done sold?
This year. So,
period.
Yeah. But this year, I got a candidate. It was a private pick. The guy who led our Bible study is a pastor in North Carolina. He inherited an estate unexpectedly, and I brought back a homemade deep sea diving helmet. Like it had to be the most dangerous thing I have ever seen in my whole life, and it was used. And so, like it even said you could tell he made it himself, and on the inside upper part of it, it's in reverse because he made his form like out of fiberglass. It said Rubbermaid in reverse. He used a Rubbermaid bowl. And I'm like, man, if I go deep sea diving, nothing is going to say Rubbermaid on it. But I think it sold for $400 bucks.
Whoa.
All time. I mean, when you pick up everything, like you can't see it, but on the wall behind you, I've got a 1929 Rolls Royce wooden dash that I haven't even listed yet because I like how it looks, but eventually I'll list it. So I don't know. Like, I made a short about it. I found a 8mm reel, and all it said in it was JFK parade. No joke. So like I bought a digitizer, and it was JFK in the 1962 parade in Mexico City. Wow. And but it was like from me to the computer from him when he went by, and it sold for like $650. Wow. But it would, that tape was actually going in the trash. They were throwing out all this lady's stuff. So I don't know, tons of cool stuff. This is so much fun. Like this is so much fun. It's like saving history.
Yeah. Yeah. Next man, somebody's trash is next man's treasure.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how to point at you. You moved.
All right. So we're gonna do our first giveaway tonight. Scott was giving out so much good information that I didn't want to cut him off to do it earlier. So we're gonna give so I got 2 giveaways tonight. And the first one is going to be a G.I. Joe reaction toy. And it is this one right here. I think it's run for about $21. So if I'm not mistaken, let me just check it right quick. I thought when I checked it in the store, it was like $21 or something like that. Let's see.
Yeah, I need to look more into that Amazon influencer. Shoot, I need to become an influencer.
It's not hard to do. It's absolutely been worth it. For us, it's been worth it.
So this is right now selling, the lowest price is $19.99. Go ahead and We got 20 people in here. Go ahead and put your number in the chat, and we're gonna do the drawing by numbers tonight. I'm not gonna bring up the wheel. So you can drop your number in there from 1 to 25. 1 to 25. Make it easy. 1 to 25. Closest person to this number and not to go over is gonna get this item.
Good luck, everybody.
Go ahead, drop your number in the chat.
You said not to go over?
You can too, Jeff.
The closest. Everybody eligible. Even middleman. You won't get it tonight, middleman.
I bet you I got the number in my head right now.
Put it in the chat.
I doubt it.
Nah.
I doubt it.
You don't think so? Okay. All right.
I doubt it. Get everybody's number in, and then I'm gonna give you a shot. If you get it, I'll send you one of those 4-pack WWE guy.
Oh, speaking on that, bro, I found one.
Oh, for real?
Bro, go ahead, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
And this gold label, this is Catwoman gold label. This is going to be the second giveaway. So no damage, no blemishes on this box.
You ready for my number?
Hold on, let me drop the X's in there.
But this, are we showing them? Showing the you all right if I show it? What you talking about, the 4-pack?
Hold on to it for the show and tell.
Okay.
We're gonna get into the reseller 411 right after this.
All right.
All right, so I don't know. It seems like my computer is lagging. All right. So this is the. Oh, go ahead, middleman. What's your number?
5.
No, sir. All right, this is the number.
10.
10. 5. Who is 5, man? You should have known it was a Stiller.
I thought you weren't gonna do a Stiller. That's what my mind is.
Hey, man, I got so many Stiller numbers in my head. All right, so who got closest to 10? Regina still dropping numbers.
Oh, Jeff got 10 on the dot.
Jeff?
Yep.
All right, hey, congratulations, man.
All right, Jeff.
Send me your address in my Instagram, and I'll get this shipped out to you. And this is what it is. And I do this so that I can remember what to ship out. All right. Congratulations, Jeff. All right, so we're going to move on and get into the reseller 411. And normally what I try to do for the reseller 411, whatever talking point we're going to have, I try to find a video that relates so we can put the video up, and then after the video we could talk about it. But tonight I don't have a video that I can use for example, because when I went out to look for the videos or any example of the videos, everybody would find one item to talk about. And what I was trying to do is get 3 or 4. So the question tonight is, what are 3 tips for a beginner to become a pro reseller? So what are 3 tips you would give to a beginner to become a pro reseller? So let me go ahead and play the intro, and then we'll get into it.
Reseller 411, the unfiltered truth, telling it like it is. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't.
All right. So let me bring this down. So middleman, you can start it out, and then we'll work our way around the special guest, and then I'll close it out.
3 tips. One tip that not too many people talk about that I think is one of the most important ones is cash flow. You have to be able to sell those items in order to keep your business afloat. Because if you hoard all the items and without making any money or money coming back into your business, you're gonna fail very fast. Very fast. Two, don't be scared to ask questions. Like you really need to get knowledge on what you're trying to do. And like in any business, anything that you do, it's better for you to prepare yourself for it, to learn as much as you can. Knowledge is the key for a lot of things, but not everything. If not everything. Three, get your business in order. If you're gonna run it like a business, make sure you get everything that you need to run it like a business. But if you decide to run it like a part-time job, then it's gonna come out as a part-time occupation. That's my three things.
All right, Chris.
Well, I'm gonna piggyback off what he said. Make sure your money right. If you're gonna jump off the porch, unless you're going on the side of stuff you got around the house and different things like that. But I would tell you to invest into yourself. Is very, very, very at the early of the game. You got to invest your money back into the business. You got to make sure that money going to grow a little bit more, and look forward to that money growing some more, especially if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I guess the last thing I would really say is this: make sure you do your research before you really get off into this game, and make sure this is something that you really fully want to do or really want to try. And if you're going to go spend money, make sure it ain't your bill money or your rent and nothing like that, because some of the items you might think that's going to sell today might not sell for 2 weeks. And if that rent due in between one of them weeks, then you waiting on that product to sell, not a good, model to have. But other than that, man, just put your faith in yourself and in God, and you can make anything happen.
All right, Scott.
First tip, there are a ton of videos out there about how to list fast. And I would tell you that when you're first getting started, focus more on return on investment and average sell price. If you get good at that, then speed can only help. But like I've said before, I would rather list a few items for a lot of money than a lot of items for a little bit of money. So focus on return on investment and average sell price, how much you're going to get. And the second tip that goes right along with that is you need to, and these guys have already talked about it a little bit, it's got to be sell-through rate. Like sell-through rate is king. If I do list things that I know are going to sit for a long, long time, but I have a floor to my income because I have a retirement. It's a gamble to sit on anything for a year, because the market changes, everything changes. So when you're first getting started, sell through rate. Those things that pass up 100%, that's where you need to invest. And the last tip, don't speed. And your car is full of random clothes, foreign DNA, box cutters, bags, tapes. The last thing you need to do is get pulled over speeding, and you're trying to explain to a cop why your car is full of random women's clothes. So don't speed. Otherwise, you're not going to get an opportunity to do this. You'll be selling cigarettes in prison. So don't speed.
Where's she at?
All right. So those are definitely some great tips, man. The reason I was laughing so hard, I got pulled over in a town near me with some toys, and one of my front lights was out, and I didn't know it. But when they pulled me over, it's like, why so many toys? Like, I said, I just left Walmart. They had a big sale. Yeah, but why so many toys? I said, okay, I got you. I'm a reseller. I resell. They was like, what's that?
Exactly.
Check out my YouTube channel. But yeah, you're definitely right, man. I mean, you get pulled over. There's gonna be some curiosity on why you got all this stuff in your car. So my first tip would be legitimize your business. You know, some beginner resellers, they jump into business and they look at it as a side hustle and not a business. They're not trying to look at it for a long haul thing. And then 3, 4 years into it, all of a sudden, you know, they now want to make it a business. So my thing would be to start that in the beginning. Get your sales certificate so you can get the tax exempt. Get your business license. Get your tax ID. So that all those type documents right there is going to make you put you in a position to be able to deal with the big people that are moving tons of products, like the wholesalers and the distributors, if you're going to go that route. Also, too, I agree with everyone on the panel about the money thing. You definitely want to make sure you're doing right about your money. Like I had said a while back, is that if I would have known when I first got in the business how, you know, when I was making my money, I was flipping it back into the business instead of making the money and putting it into a business account and being able to put myself in a position to use the bank money instead of my money. That would be probably the number one advice after telling them to get their documentations together to legitimize the business. And I think the third tip would be network. Build your network. Don't be afraid to tell people what you're doing. Don't be afraid to share information with like-minded people because you can't do this in a bottle. You think you can do this, you know, by yourself, you know. And I also mentioned this one time before on the show where I thought, you know, I had a secret when I discovered how to do the reselling. And then I went to an Amazon meetup and seen about 60 people in there knew more about reselling than I did. So you definitely want to network. You can't get out in the store. You can't go to every store. You can't buy everything. It's enough money out here for everybody. So that would be the three main things that I would tell a beginner reseller. You know, build up your network. Get out here, tell people that's selling products what you do, and tell people that are doing the same things that you're doing, so that you all can, you know, build your team of people where if I got it, you can get it. You know, and stop trying to keep your hands closed. You know, so those are three things that I would put out there because when your hands are closed, you can't receive.
100.
So, but
Yeah,
yeah. So, anybody else got anything to add
yeah,
before we close this one out? This was a pretty
I,
good one.
I'll say, don't be afraid to fail. Like we all make mistakes at the beginning. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to because I know that everybody watch videos and these guys finding the great items, and these items are just amazing. And you think it's gonna sell fast when you find it and find
Right.
out that it don't sell as fast as they saying it does. And they don't let you know that they made the video a month ago. I mean, they found that item a month ago. So don't be afraid to fail and look for quality items. Just like Scott said, you know, you want to look for those quality items, the great sell through rate, for Amazon the low number. What's that? It's not sell through rate. I can't even think of the name of it right now. But your number one to be under 100,000 on Amazon. There's a lot of other things that you need to know. There's just a few other things.
Can I piggyback on that real quick?
Yeah.
Like, no joke, the video I'm editing right now, the first 5 seconds of it is, you are going to fail, and that's okay. Because you're not going to make any progress if you let that beat you. And I am a firm believer in that. I have never fallen behind by trying to help somebody else get ahead, ever. Yeah. It never has bitten me. And I know that, man, I love that, because you can't give away enough information to other people, in my opinion, and it always comes back tenfold. Like,
for sure.
If I can help somebody, I'm gonna.
For sure.
You know, a lot of people get scared after it don't sell as fast as they think it's going to sell, or as much as they think it's going to sell, and they give up. We all make mistakes. Every last one of us in this journey. Like any business, everybody makes they're gonna make a mistake. Just don't be scared of it, and just pick yourself back up and go on. Find the next product. But be aware of that cash flow. I'm telling you.
Just make sure this is what you want to do.
When
You
you
know, just
start
make sure
getting
this is what you want to do, man.
Yeah.
Don't get out here and get in the way. That's what I say. Don't get out here and get in everybody else's way. If this ain't what you want to do, just because you watch some videos don't mean this is what you want to do. That don't mean, you know, just say you watch some videos for entertainment, because you're going out there and get in the way, and then you get bottomed up. Then you're looking at some people's video, then you mad at them. Don't do that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Do your research. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you do what you're supposed to be doing. And like D said, do not play with the money, because the money can get funny. And when the money get funny, you'll be looking like a dummy. I'm just telling you the truth. So,
you know, I want to piggyback to what Scott just said. You can't never give enough away. I'm a firm believer of that. That's why I do giveaways on this show. These items that I'm giving away from week to week is I look at it as a blessing. And I look at when I tell people, you know, that I get favor. You know, some people don't understand that, but you got to understand the gift of giving. And once you understand the gift of giving, then you'll understand the gift of favor. You know, when I get out here and find these deals, and I say it in my videos all the time that, you know, I got favor. People ask me, you know, how you got that deal, where you find that stuff at, how you get the hook up on that. And I constantly say it's favor. And I'm not ashamed to say that, you know, because I know that and another thing I would say as well is that my blessings don't come from man. My blessings come from the Almighty. And I'm not afraid to say that as well. So when I go out here and I give from the heart with no expectations of receiving anything in return. And I think when you do that, that's when you set yourself up to be filled with favor from the Almighty. So so when you out here, if you got abundance, don't be afraid to share, whether it's information, products, or whatever. You're gonna get it back twofold. You know, so you know, I can't get everybody to believe that, but I mean, just look at my journey. You know, look at where I started from in reselling to where I'm at now. You know, when I started reselling, I was in a 2-bedroom apartment. I moved into my house, and then I started in a 2-car garage, and then from the 2-car garage, I went into a 2,500 square foot warehouse, and now I'm positioning myself to build my own warehouse. So, like I said, you know, I'm a firm believer. You don't have to believe, you know, to each his own. But I'm a firm believer that my favor comes from the Almighty, because I don't have a problem giving people information. Now, what you do with that information is on you. But I did my part. I was charged to give you that information. What you do with it's on you. I give you a toy, I give you toys or whatever. What you do with it is on you. You know, so keep that in mind. If you give from the heart, not just saying give because you want the accolades and the pats on the back. I'm saying
that's what I'm
give from
talking
the
about.
heart.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna get the favor. It's gonna come. That's just
balling on God's blessings.
Hey man, that's the law of attraction.
That's it, man.
Put it out there, you're gonna get it back.
That's it. You know,
Yeah.
fair exchange ain't never been no robbery. You know.
Let me shut up before somebody start trying to preach it.
Hey, man, you on that soapbox today, baby. It's all good though.
Hey man, when he said that, man, I mean, I'm 100% in approval of that, man. You got to.
I'm with
You
you.
know, I'm not saying be a fool with it. I'm saying do it from the heart. Put yourself around people, like-minded people, and that's how you build up your network. You know, the one thing, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I am on the soapbox right now, but what I want to say is resellers, you know, we could all help each other win. But because of the envy in this business or the competition, I just use competition over envy. Because of the competition in this business, we fail to see the big picture. And then because of we failing to see the big picture, everybody can't win. You know, so you got to put yourself around people, for one, that you can trust, and two, people that are going same direction as you or better than you. You know, and that's what I look for. I look for people that either at my level or trying to get to my level or above me, that I can, you know, have faith in to move forward with, to share the information I have, because I have met some resellers that are more profitable than I am, but they don't have as much information as I have. They just happen to, make the right buy at one point in time that boosts them up, at a high rate. But at the same time, their information is not as valuable as mine. When I give them information, the first thing, some of them would say, I didn't know that, and you never shortchange yourself because you always got something, some value to give. Regardless of where you at in the resale game, you got some value to give because you can't, as a reseller or anybody in a profession, you can't think of everything. You don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind while you're out here trying to grow in this business. Anybody else? I'm off my soapbox.
No, man.
That's enough said.
Yeah, man. I just had to get that out, man.
No, man.
Got a hot
good,
mic
man.
over here.
Yeah, one of the tips that I wrote down, because I was afraid y'all would take all of mine, was the danger in comparison, and because I feel like that feeds us negatively. Like I don't want to root against anybody passing me up. If I teach someone how to do this and they pass me up, they blow by me.
Exactly.
They probably worked harder than me. They probably
Exactly.
hustled more. And more power to them. Like they can wave at me when they go by, and I'm not going to feel bad.
Right.
Because if you start playing that game, then you, in your heart, you start rooting against people. And I don't want to be about that. Like that's not the way my life has been built. So I don't want to get on that horse.
Right. Right.
That's right.
You got to look at it for what it's worth, and everybody ain't gonna like what you do. Everybody ain't gonna like you, Hey man, like I done said, what you eat don't make me go, and that's for sure. So every time we ain't eating off the same plate all the time. But if I don't mind sharing with you, appreciate it, because I'm appreciated when you're sharing with me. You know what I mean? But like you said, it got to be from the heart, man. Everything got to be calculated the right way, because everybody can't get that same love and respect from me. I'm not gonna pump fake or nothing else. Not gonna do it. Everybody can't get that. Because some people say, hey, it gives feeding you everything you want. And then you read between the lines, they shucking and jiving. I don't need that in my world. So like you keep the right people around you, focus on the things that you can control. Don't worry about the negativity, because the negativity always fuel you. That's what it's supposed to do anyway.
Very surprising from a Steelers fan, but I appreciate it.
Hey, it's Steelers fans all over here now. Yeah, so let's get into the show and tell of the show. If you all got anything that exciting that you purchased or you just sold, go ahead and show the audience what you got. I mean, this basically what this all about, this portion of the show. Middleman, you go ahead and kick it off.
All right. Well, the 4-pack Buff was talking about was this right here.
Blow them up.
Hold on.
Hey, but I'm gonna show you what's the difference on this. Hey, take the Mel Phillips. There you go. This right here. You finding them at Ollie's, but look at this one. What's wrong with this one? Anybody see?
It packaged wrong.
It's upside down.
Yeah.
And the crazy
has it been open?
Nope, it's sealed. But I'm gonna break the seal and I'm gonna flip it back around.
Hey man, somebody moving fast.
Huh?
I said he had somebody moving fast trying to meet their quota.
And this right here is an item that I had won on Whatnot. I showed it probably a few months ago.
Who is that? Who is that character?
This is Storm Shadow.
All right.
Camo Storm Shadow. I just sold it today for $178. An item that I won on Whatnot.
Free?
Yeah, it was free.
Free. Sheesh. What? Free. Sheesh.
All profit.
What? Yes, sir. Okay. That's all go, bro.
Anything else?
No, that's all. That's all.
All right.
That's all for tonight.
I know you're feeling good about that sale.
Oh man, it was
All go.
It was free.
All right, Chris, you got anything?
No, I'm a double
All
deuce
right,
down,
let's go
baby.
to Scott, the ChaChingKing.
So this is a 1980s hoodie, but it's a package of 3. And I don't know if you saw the video of it, but I bought a 10 by 30 locker that was full about 6,000 different sweats. And they're all new in the package. It was a store that closed in the early 90s, but they had inventory going all the way back to the 70s. So that's a fun one. Like, we've been selling sweats now for about a year, and Health Knit is a great
Hold
brand.
on. Excuse me, not to cut you off. Put that back up here. Let me check that out. Okay.
So this Health Knit is a terrific brand to keep your eyes open for vintage clothing. Made in the USA, 50-50. I changed my color when I held it up there. But of course, with 6,000 sweats, I had a bunch of different ones. There we go.
All right. I pretty much had the same thing as Middleman, not the G.I. Joe character. That definitely was a steal right there. But I do have the WWE set from Ollie's, and I think I have a total of about 47, 48 of them. If you're interested in getting those, they got them there for $29.99, and they're not going to be there for long. Probably won't be there tomorrow. You know, if you're in a rural area and you have an Ollie's close by, you may get lucky. But if you're in the big city, I'm almost sure they're all gone. Because anything WWE that's hot like that, once the word get out, it's pretty much over with. So if you're interested in it, you want to invest $29. I think the lowest price right now is about $76 that it's selling for, so you can get double your money. But it's a strong possibility that it may not be out there in the morning. But just want to put that out to you all. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my last giveaway for the night. I have Catwoman, the Gold Seal. This is actually a character from the last Batman movie. So
Hey, can I say something to Scooter, Renee?
Go ahead.
Hey, I think Jennifer or New England dropped my link. I mostly sell my wrestling figures on Whatnot. If not, you have to go on Amazon. Most likely that's going to be a figure to be on for Amazon. That's an $80 figure on Amazon.
Oh, you're talking about the four
Yeah.
pack. Oh, okay, yeah.
So that might be but I sell wrestling figures like these ones that you see over here. These are Whatnot. This is my Whatnot wrestling figures.
Yeah, I'm gonna put mine up. I'm gonna put the ones I have up for sale around October, late October time frame. So I'm not trying to sell any right now. I want to try to get it up to $100. All right, you always surround yourself with people who can help you grow. Right about that. All right, so go ahead if you're interested in this item right here. This is Catwoman Gold Seal. Go ahead and drop your number in the chat from 1 to 30. 1 to 30. Middleman, you guess right. I'm gonna send you one of those wrestling packs.
Are you gonna keep trying me, huh? I'll try not to.
Man, hey, you was on a roll at one time, and I thought you was in my head.
Hey,
you know.
The only reason why I didn't pick 10 last time was because I thought you weren't gonna do a stealing.
See what we got here.
What's the number 1 through what?
1 through 30. Go ahead and drop them in the chat if you're interested in that. This is Catwoman.
I would 1 through 30, huh? That one might be a little easier.
I'm just saying mine. I got 20.
Well, I wait to put the.
So I already know what it is.
You know what it is?
2022.
All right.
Yep. Man. Everybody got it, baby.
All right, drop your number, so I'm gonna put the X's in here shortly.
Drop your numbers if you can. Drop your numbers if you can. Drop your numbers. Drop your numbers.
People in the chat, if you got any questions for our special guest, you can go ahead and drop it before we let him go. Scott has a wealth of information, and he don't mind sharing. So make sure you and that's one thing, Scott, we try to look for, bring people on this show that don't mind sharing, being transparent with the information. And I've spoken to New England Cajun Root, and he basically told me that you would be a good interview for this show.
I appreciate it. I feel, genuinely honored to get to be here. There was a question for me earlier. Can I go ahead and answer it?
Sure, I missed it.
Somebody asked me what was the worst buy ever. And it was a liquidation, and I didn't go preview it. So that should be a gigantic red flag. And it was for electric skateboards. And I thought, that's cool. So I bought 20 of them at $300 a piece. These were $2,000 pieces of equipment. Well, when I got up there, they weren't electric skateboards. Somebody had made dummy haulers, which was appropriate because I was a dummy. A dummy hauler is for roping.
Right.
And I tried to market these monstrosities as skateboards, and that community ate me alive. It was the least welcoming community I have ever done. And I finally got out of them and barely lost any money, but I had a full head of hair and I was 6 feet tall before I bought those things. And it just ruined me.
All right, let me go ahead and get a number, and shout out to Jennifer Hayes. I'm sorry about that, Jennifer. I should have been gave you a shout out. Thank you for all that you do for the channel. Shout out to Hollywood Reseller. He had a question too. What type of items do you avoid buying for reselling?
For me, I avoid the mall brands. If there's a massive supply of them, then even if there's a large demand, there's so much supply that you end up with a race to the bottom on price, and I'm not interested in that.
Right. All right. All right, Middleman, what you got?
24.
Nope.
I put 26 in there.
No, I wasn't going with 26. I knew you probably pulled 26.
13.
That's the number right there, 13. Whoever the closest to 13, you got you.
I seen 15. 15 was up there.
Who is it?
Somebody had 15. Thank you.
Your wife?
Yep. You better have 15.
All right. That's the closest.
That's the closest.
That's the closest.
All right. The wife seller on Poshmark, trying to get her to go over to eBay too. So this will be a good one for you. All right. Congratulations to all in one package.
Yep.
Buffalo.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
It is me.
Congrats.
All right. We got you. Let's see. All right. So we getting ready to close this one out. This was a great one. I like the information, the energy that Scott brought tonight. And definitely, Scott, I want to go ahead and say it now. I would like to get you back on the show when we get into the Q4 season and let you kind of talk about how you handle Q4. And thank you for your transparency as well.
I appreciate it.
So if you got anything you need to plug about, how you do your shows, social media, or whatever, you want people to support you at, you can do that now. Whatever you got coming in the future, you can go ahead and do that now.
I mean, I don't ever plug my own channel. Like, it seems so. I would tell you, hey, everybody, you need to show back up here because I like these panels. I like that you get people that are doing different things and they've got different experiences, and you can get like Cowboys fans and Steeler fans on the same panel and nobody gets hurt.
And Dolphins.
Right.
And Dolphins? Who's a
Yes,
Dolphins fan? Who said that? Hey, you, sir, need to look at the Dolphins pennant that I sold last year for $500.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So
Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right. Middleman, you got something you want to plug? Whatnot?
I'm debating on Whatnot this weekend. I'm debating on. I got a lot of things to do around the house. So, but if I do a show, it's going to be so in between 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock, either tomorrow or Sunday night. But
Okay.
just look out for me. But thank everybody. Everybody have a good weekend. We appreciate everybody coming out. Thanks for all the response, all the questions. We catch me on Whatnot. If not, we'll see you next weekend, next Friday.
All right, Chris.
I'm promoting love, y'all. That's all I'm promoting. I'm promoting love, y'all. I just want everybody to love, hug each other, hug yourself, hug the next person next to you. Even if you don't like them, hug them. Just love, man. That's all I'm promoting. And after that, I'm telling y'all, peace, peace, peace. That's it.
All right. First off, I want to thank Scott. I can't thank him enough for coming on the show, being very transparent about this resale game. We love to have people, guests that comes on this show and educate our panel on how they do their resale business. Any information to help everybody out in the chat is good enough. So I also want to thank the chat for your support. I want to thank you all for being engaged throughout the chat tonight. And with that being said, defend the hustle. See you all next week.
Good night.